came down on the open range, cold and black and a little strange. 2,000 head bedded in, while the north wind worried the prairie grass thin. I pulled my coat around my chest, kept one hand where the saddle horn rests, rode slow circles beneath the stars with an old 6-string tied to the chuck wagon bars.
I traveled west with a cooking crew, flour and sacks and a skillet or two. My brother drove the supply wagon through country empty as the hand of heaven.
I poured black coffee before daylight, mended torn shirts by the fire at night. And every time your watch was through, there was one tin cup waiting for you. You never asked where I had been,
You never promised you'd stay till spring.
out there nobody on tomorrow,
So we took what love the night could bring.
before the campfire turned to ash, before those young years disappeared so fast, we had dust on our boots and smoke in our clothes and 10,000 stars wherever we rode.
No house, no fence, no settled ground,
Just cattle breathing all around, but I knew by the firelight in your eyes I'd remember that range
for the rest of my life.
One midnight something spooked the herd, maybe lightning, maybe a wolf we heard. Then every steer came to its feet like rolling thunder underneath. The ground shook hard, the night went wild. We rode like hell for half a mile, turning those leaders inch by inch, till the whole herd slowed beside a ridge.
I watched that darkness swallow you whole, so sparks fly high from the wagon coals. The cook said, girl, they'll bring 'em around, but all I heard was that pounding ground. The near sunrise through the gray, a line of riders came our way. You climbed down stiff with a bleeding hand and smiled like it had all gone as planned.
Before the campfire turned to ash, before those young years disappeared so fast, we had dust on our boots and smoke in our clothes and 10,000 stars wherever we rode.
No house, no fence, no settled ground,
Just cattle breathing all around, but I knew by the firelight in your eyes I'd remember that range
for the rest of my life.
By late October, the drive was done. We sold that herd beneath the coldest sun. The boys took wages and headed away, some for cars and some for pay. I stood outside with my saddle rolled, $30 and a heart grown bold. You said your wagon left at dawn. I said, then maybe I'm traveling alone.
We didn't know where we'd settle down, we just headed west from that cattle town. 2 horses walking beside the wheels through sagebrush flats and empty fields. Somewhere beyond those distant hills we found good earth by a running rill. But every autumn when the nights turn cold, we talk about those days of old.
I can still smell that mesquite smoke,
Still hear the jokes those cowboys told,
I still see your shadow by the flame.
before the years made us old.
We didn't have much to call our own,
But neither one of us felt alone.
some memories don't need silver or gold.
Just one warm fire when the night turns cold.
Before the campfire turned to ash, we lived every mile like it might be our last. With dust on our boots and wind in our eyes, and a million hot stars in a cold black sky.
Let me hear those cattle low,
Let that old night watch whistle blow,
give me one more cup by the fire with you,
and one more dawn
breaking wild and blue.
before the campfire turns to ash. Take my hand like you did in the past when our faces were young and the trail ran far, and we measured our lives by the evening star.
If there's one old range beyond this life, I'll saddle my horse and meet you there,
where the fire burns low
and the night winds pass,
before the
campfire turns to ash. Save me a place by the fire.
300 cattle coming down the line through mesquite country in the summertime. My hat pulled low, my face burned brown. 6 weeks riding from a border town. The trail boss yelled when the river showed, keep 'em together, boys, take it slow. That muddy water was running high under one hard Texas sky.
My father ran that old road ferry where the river bent below the prairie. I kept the ledger, cooked the beans, washed red dust from faded jeans.
I'd seen 100 trail crews through, hard-faced men just passing through. Then you rode down at the end of June, whistling low beneath the rising moon. You said that river's mean tonight.
I said don't cross till morning light.
But young blood never listened well to muddy water or warning bells. Down by the wild brazos where the longhorn cattle cried, we were young and tough and restless with a whole wide world to ride.
Through the mud and rolling thunder,
Through the red dust blowing free,
I found something on that river
that the trail couldn't take from me. At daylight we pushed the herd on in, water rising to the saddle rim. A brindle steer broke hard downstream, and half the herd followed like a dream. I threw my rope and spurred ahead with muddy water above my legs. Then my old sorry lost his ground, and that river spun us both around.
I saw your hat go floating past, knew that current was running fast. Daddy grabbed the ferry line, I took a rope and paid out twine.
You caught that knot with one good hand.
We dragged your coffin onto sand.
You looked at me through mud and rain and said, I reckon I owe you my name. Down by the wild brazos where the longhorn cattle cried, we were young and tough and restless with a whole wide world to ride. Through the mud and rolling thunder,
Through the red dust blowing free,
I found something on that river
that the trail couldn't take from me.
The herd moved north the following day, but something in me wanted to stay. I chased good money from town to town and wore 3 horses nearly down. So I took my pay and left the crew, turned that sorrel and rode to you. The boss just laughed when I said goodbye, said every cowboy stops sometime.
We built a cabin above the bend where the willow shade and grassland met. You hauled freight when the trails were dry. I ran the ferry from dawn till night.
Some years a river barely ran,
Some years it swallowed half the land.
but whatever came with flood or flame,
We stood together just the same.
those cattle trails are gone today.
The highway crossed our old pathway.
The ferry rope has long come down.
There's a concrete bridge outside of town.
But close my eyes and I still know,
That muddy river's restless flow.
and somewhere underneath these years,
Those old hoofbeats are all I hear.
take me down to the wild brazos,
Where the longhorn cattle cry,
let me see that young trail rider.
coming through the morning light.
Let the muddy water thunder,
Let that Texas dust blow free.
every mile I rode before you
Was just bringing you to me. Down by the wild brazos,
where we gave our young hearts away.
we had no promise of tomorrow.
We just worked from day to day.
And when my final trail is over,
There's one place I wanna be,
by that old and restless river,
where you first reached out for me.
down by the brazos,
Where our wild hearts learn to stay. Sun came hard on a weathered plain, dry wheels grown down a wagon lane. My old boots carried a coat of brown, from a nameless trail to a cattle town. I had $3 a bedroll tied, and a restless horse with a scarred left side. Every mile that disappeared behind left another piece of my youth in time.
I worked those nights by the swinging door, where the sawdust covered the saloon floor. Coffee was bitter, the whiskey was strong, and cowboys paid for a 3-chord song.
I watched those riders come and go, with sunburned faces and voices low. But one dusty evening you walked inside, with the western sunset at your side. There wasn't much that a heart could own,
Just a little faith in a place called home.
but under that wide and merciless sky, we learned how love could survive. There's dust on the old stage road,
Where the iron wheels once rolled.
there's a mark on the cottonwood tree,
Where you carved your name with me.
let the prairie wind blow wild,
Take us back there for a while.
to the days when the world moved slow,
Down that dusty
old stage road. We built a shack by a crooked creek, with rough-cut boards and a roof that leaks. I drove the cattle from dawn till dark. You kept a lantern against the dark.
Some years were lean and the winters mean. Some summers burned every field we'd seen. But your hand in mine through the hardest days was worth more than a rich man's claim.
I still recall that harvest moon and fiddle strings in a crowded room. Your hat hung low and your shirt was torn from fixing fence since early morn.
You pulled me close on that wooden floor like we had never danced before. No silver buckle, no fancy clothes.
Just two young hearts where the sagebrush grows. There's dust on the old stage road,
Where the iron wheels once rolled.
there's a mark on the cottonwood tree.
Where you carved your name with me.
Let the prairie wind blow wild,
Take us back there for a while.
to the days when the world moved slow.
Down that dusty
stage road. Now the railroad crossed that open land, and the old town changed from what we knew.
The general store and the blacksmith shed are mostly ghosts we're passing through.
But I can hear those wagon chains,
I can smell that coming rain,
and somewhere underneath these years, that western world is living here.
There's dust on the old stage road and 1,000 tales untold.
There's a mark on the cottonwood tree,
Still holding you and me.
let the prairie wind blow out.
We're those same two western hearts, and when our final sun hangs low, we'll ride that dusty,
Old stage road home.
we'll ride that dusty,
Old stage road. My father left me an anvil and fire, a leather apron and a pair of pliers. I worked that forge from morning light till the desert swallowed another night. Shoeing mustangs, fixing broken steel, putting iron back on a wagon wheel. My hands stayed black and my shoulders sore, but I never asked this life for more.
I came from south of the border hills, where the wind blew hard through the yucca fields. My sister and I had a room upstairs, above a store with 2 old chairs.
I baked the bread and swept the floor, sold beans and coffee by the door. And every morning at 8:30, I'd hear your hammer and stop to wait. You'd cross that street in the morning sun,
You'd look away when my work begun,
I wasn't much for words back then,
so I'd find a reason to pass again.
2 stubborn hearts in a hard little town with nowhere to go but roots in the ground. Hear that hammering in Horseshoe Town, iron and fire when the sun goes down. Hear that old church bell across the plain calling us home through the dust again. We had rough cut walls and a hard-earned life, a working man's hands and a faithful wife. No easy road, but we held our ground back in that old Horseshoe Town. One August noon, the sky turned brown, a wall of sand came rolling down. The horses screamed, the shutters flew. You ran outside before I knew. I crossed that street through dirt and stone, found you trying to make it home. I pulled my coat around your face and held you tight till the storm gave way.
When morning came, half the roof was gone, the cotton on and lay twisted and torn. The water barrels had rolled away and sand stood high where the children played. But nobody packed, nobody ran, every woman worked beside every man. By sundown every hammer rang and somebody near the church house sang.
Hear that hammering in Horseshoe Town, iron fire when the sun goes down. Hear that old church bell across the plain calling us home through the dust again. We had rough cut walls and a hard-earned life, a working man's hands and a faithful wife. No easy road, but we held our ground back in that old Horseshoe Town. I made you a ring from a horseshoe nail, filed it smooth on an old bench rail. No diamond stone, no polished gold, just a piece of iron my fingers could hold. I asked you there by the cooling forge, with sunset burning beyond the gorge. You looked at that ring, then looked at me, said that's worth more than gold could ever be.
We married there on a Sunday noon, under a pale and cloudless moon. The preacher smiled, your old friends cheered. Someone passed a bottle from ear to ear.
You wore your cleanest workman's shirt,
I wore white cotton above the dirt. When that church bell rang loud and clear, I knew I'd found why I'd come here.
40 years bent that old forge door, I don't swing that hammer much anymore.
The store is gone, the street is wide, and younger folks have moved outside.
But that iron ring is on your hand,
And your old anvil still can stand.
some things weather, some things fall, but the strongest love outlives them all. Let that hammer ring in Horseshoe Town one more time when the sun goes down. Let that old church bell cross the plain and bring those younger days again. We had dust in our teeth and fire in our blood. We built our years out of sweat and mud. The world rolled on, but we held our ground back in that old Horseshoe Town. Let that desert wind blow hard tonight. Let the forge throw one last orange light. If I could choose where my trail would end, I'd choose that dusty street again, with your hand in mine and the sun sinking down and the old bell ringing across the town. No richer place was ever found in our heart, old Horseshoe Town. We made our whole life from iron and dust. December came down hard that year, snow on the peaks and ice on my beard. I rode a chestnut lean and strong through mountain country all winter long. Medicine wrapped beneath my coat, a leather canteen against my throat. 20 more miles by Dead Man's Stone, and every mile farther from home.
Our little town beneath the ridge was cut from the world by a frozen bridge. The doctor said before daylight that medicine has to come tonight.
So I kept a lamp beside the door and watched that snow come down some more. Every gust against the window frame made me whisper your name again. The trail disappeared beneath the white.
Still I knew you'd ride all night.
When a promise was all a person had, you held it through the good and bad. Leave your hoof prints through the high country, cut 'em deep through the winter snow.
Right beneath those blackened mountains where only the hard and stubborn go.
Through the wind that burns like iron, through a night without a moon.
I knew no storm could hold you
When your heart was coming home. Past Eagle Rock, the north wind screamed. Nothing looked like the the map I'd seen, my horse went down on a hidden stone. And for one long minute I lay there alone. I checked his leg, then stood him slow. Blood from my hand stained the snow. Couldn't ride, so I took the rein and walked that mountain through the pain.
Near midnight, old Ben shook his head. That trail is closed, you won't make it, he said. But I fed the stove and trimmed the lights. Said you don't know that man like I.
Then somewhere past the howling wind, a tired horse cried out again.
I threw that
Heavy doorway wide, and there you stood on the other side. Leave your hoof prints through the high country, cut 'em deep through the winter snow.
right beneath those blackened mountains where only the hard and stubborn go.
Through the wind that burns like iron, through a night without a moon.
I knew no storm could hold you
When your heart was coming home. By morning every dose was past, the fever broke in town at last. I slept 2 days beside your fire, too worn to move and too tired to lie. When I woke, my horse was fed, clean bandages wrapped around my hand. You looked at me and softly smiled, said you might as well stay for a while.
That little while became a year, then another spring found both of us here. You took work guiding through the hills. I taught the children letters and songs.
We never owned much more than enough, but mountain people were raised up tough.
And every winter, when snow came down, you were the man folks counted on.
These knees don't ride those trails today, and younger men have cleared the way.
There's a wider road across the height, and electric lamps that burn all night.
But no paved road can ever show
what you left in that long ago snow.
2 lines of tracks through wind and stone made a wild young heart finally come home. Leave those hoof prints through the high country, let 'em run through my memory.
Past the cliffs and frozen timber to the people we used to be.
Let that north wind shake the windows, let those old mountain shadows fall.
We didn't need an easy lifetime, we just needed love
Through it all, leave those hoof prints through the high country
where our younger years still roam.
If I had one final winter ride, I'd take that frozen trail back home.
Through the wind that burns like iron,
I'd ride until the morning shone.
for every hard mile through those mountains
Was another mile that led me home.
your light was always where my trail ended.
I rode out before the morning broke, through a silver fog and cedar smoke. Leather bag strapped against my side, 200 miles of country wide. The trail ran hard through sand and stone. Most of those nights I rode alone, with a worn-out coat against the cold, and somebody's story in in every fold.
I worked at a little trading post where the planes ran wide from coast to coast. Kept flour and coffee on wooden shelves. Watched lonely travelers talk to themselves. Every seventh day I'd hear the sound of your tired horse on the frozen ground. And before I ever saw your face, my heart was running to that place.
I carried letters for miles and miles,
but waited all week for one of your smiles.
through bitter wind and burning sun.
Two restless lives were becoming one.
Across those bitter plains you rode, with the western wind against your coat.
Through the freezing dark and the summer flame, you always found your way again.
No railroad bell, no city light, just stars to guide you through the night.
And every mile between me and you
made that old frontier love more true. One autumn night near Broken Stone, a black sky caught me far from home. Lightning split that prairie wide and spooked the gelding beneath my ride. I hit the ground by a dry creek bed with blood on my sleeve and thunder overhead. But I held that mailbag beneath my chest and waited for daylight before heading west.
2 days passed and you didn't come. I watched that trail from sun to sun. Old Mr. Carter shook his head, said storms out there could kill a man dead.
But just past noon on the third long day, a limping horse came down our way. You raised one hand and tried to grin. I ran through the doorway and pulled you in. Across those bitter plains you rode, with the western wind against your coat.
Through the freezing dark and the summer flame, you always found your way again.
No railroad bell, no city light, just stars to guide you through the night.
And every mile between me and you
made that old frontier love more true. By spring I hung that mailbag down, bought 2 good horses outside of town. Found a patch of earth near Cotton Ridge, beyond the river and the narrow bridge. I had no fortune, no grand estate, just working hands and a wooden gate. But when I asked if you'd share that life, you laughed and said, I've waited all this time.
We raised 3 children on that ground, with cattle bells and coyotes around. Some winters left the cupboard bare, some years brought plenty for us to share.
And when our boys grew strong and tall, you taught them how to ride each fall. I kept your old leather mailbag there, like a piece of youth we couldn't spare. Now wires run where my trail once lay,
and news can cross in half a day.
Those riders vanished one by one,
like hoof prints underneath the sun.
But I still remember every mile,
and how I waited for your smile.
Before the world learned how to run, we had the road, the stars, and love. Across those bitter plains you rode, with a young man's heart beneath your coat.
Through the freezing dark and the summer flame, and every time you called my name.
No fortune waited at journey's end, just 2 old hearts and a faithful friend. And if time could turn those years around,
I'd wait for that
old hoofbeat sound. Across those bitter plains once more, I'd watch you riding toward my door.
With dust behind you, reins held tight, coming home in the fading light.
Let the new world hurry if it wants to.
There's one old truth I
Every lonely mile you traveled through
was one more mile that led to you.
Every road across that wild land led me home to you. I came down from the northern ridge, past a broken mine and a one-lane bridge. My coat was torn, my hands were cold. I'd spent 3 years chasing mountain gold. Had an old bay horse and a battered hat, a bedroll tied where my rifle sat. I wasn't looking for a place to stay, just another job and another day's pay.
I kept a room at the edge of town where the mountain trail came winding down. Every night when the daylight passed, I'd light one lantern by the window glass.
Miners and drifters would come and go before the first hard winter snow. Then one cold evening I saw you there, with mountain dust in your dark brown hair.
You said I won't be staying long,
but something there proved me wrong. One little light in a world so wide gave this wandering heart a reason to ride. Keep that lantern burning at Dry Creek Pass like you did when we were young, when the nights were cold and the mountains black and our whole life had just begun.
We had calloused hands and empty pockets, but we never counted what we lacked.
I could find my way through any storm to that lantern at Dry Creek Pass. I took a job cutting timber high where the pines stood dark against the sky. 12 hours swinging an iron blade for $1 and change at the end of the day. Every night I'd ride that narrow trail through freezing rain and a mountain gale, and there through darkness, small but bright, your window carried that faithful light.
You'd stomp the snow from your worn-out shoes, sit by the stove with the evening news. I'd mend your shirt by the fire's glow while you told stories from years ago.
You'd speak of rivers and border towns, of sleeping beneath stars on open ground, but every story would end the same. You'd look at me and softly say my name. Keep that lantern burning at Dry Creek Pass like you did when we were young, when the nights were cold and the mountains black and our whole life had just begun.
We had calloused hands and empty pockets, but we never counted what we lacked.
I could find my way through any storm to that lantern at Dry Creek Pass. Word came down that the mine had closed. The company left before winter froze.
Half that town was gone by spring.
Empty windows, not much of anything. I asked if you wanted the Eastern Line, a bigger house and an easier time. You shook your head
with a quiet smile,
said we've already got what makes life worthwhile.
So we bought some ground beyond the hill, near a clear running stream and an old stone mill. You raised a barn with the neighbors there. I planted roses by the porch and stair.
We never struck any mountain gold, but we had each other when nights grew cold. And every evening when you rode back home, that same old lantern in our window shone. Now Dry Creek Pass is a lonely place,
and time has weathered every face.
the mine is quiet, the timber's gone,
the old stone buildings barely stand.
close my eyes and I still can see
that young, hard-working man coming home to me.
Some lights burn out when the years go past, but ours still shines through Dry Creek Pass. Keep that lantern burning at Dry Creek Pass, let it shine against the night for every soul who's wandered far, looking for one faithful light.
We had calloused hands and empty pockets, and the years went by so fast.
But the richest thing we ever found was that lantern at Dry Creek Pass. Keep that lantern burning one more night while the mountain shadows fall.
If I had one life to live again,
I wouldn't change a mile at all.
I'd take the cold, the work, the hard years, every winding mountain track.
If I knew you'd still be waiting there with that lantern at Dry Creek Pass, I'd ride that mountain road back home to you. I wore a coat the color of dust, boots gone thin and a buckle gone rust. Rode the North Line twice a week where the wind blew hard across Sand Creek. My old bay mare knew every stone. 20 long miles I'd ride alone. By sundown all I wanted to see was that fort rising out of the prairie.
my brother kept the general store, 3 wooden steps from the quartermaster's door. I stacked the flour and swept the boards, counted lamp oil, beans and cords.
Every Tuesday near 4:30 I'd hear your horse outside the door. You'd buy black coffee, tobacco and thread, then stand there searching for something to say. I faced hard country without much fear,
but you lost your words when I came near.
Funny how a heart can change its course with one shy smile and a tired old horse. At the last light of the old frontier, when the prairie wind was all we hear, with dust on our clothes and sunburned hands, we made our promises on borrowed land.
No easy living, no guarantee, just miles of grass running wild and free, but every sunset burning red
led my wandering heart to you instead. One August evening orders came, we'd ride before dawn through driving rain. A rancher's boy had gone astray somewhere beyond the limestone breaks. We searched 2 nights beneath cold stars, through thorn and mud and country hard. On the 3rd day by a cotton field, we found him sleeping behind his shield.
3 days I watched that western road, while thunder over the grassland rolled. Every rider coming through the gate made my foolish heart jump and wait.
Then near sundown your patrol came in, mud on your coat, blood on your chin. You climbed down slow, looked straight at me and said, now I know where I wanna be. At the last light of the old frontier, when the prairie wind was all we'd hear, with dust on our clothes and sunburned hands, we made our promises on borrowed land.
No easy living, no guarantee, just miles of grass running wild and free, but every sunset burning red
led my wandering heart to you instead. Washington sent the final word. The post would close by the 1st of June. Men packed trunks and horses sold. Flags came down in the morning cold. They offered work farther down the line, but I'd spent enough years leaving things behind. I folded my coat, collected my pay, and watched that old command ride away. We bought 2 acres south of town, where prairie grass grew waist-high brown. We built our house with secondhand pine. I planted beans along the fence line. Some nights you'd wake when coyotes cried, thinking you still had miles to ride. I'd touch your shoulder and softly say, there's nowhere you have to go today. Now weeds grow high by the old parade ground, and only the wind makes a soldier's sound. The store disappeared before our hair turned gray, and most of that town has faded away. But I don't miss the uniform or those lonely rides before the storm. What stayed with us when the rest was gone was the life we chose when we carried on. At the last light of the old frontier, I still see our younger shadows there, with dust on our clothes and withered hands. 2 stubborn hearts on a restless land. Let that prairie wind blow hard tonight. Let the western sky catch fire with light. I'd trade these years just once to stand beside you, young, on that open land. At the last light of the old frontier, if those vanished days could reappear, I'd take that worn-out road once more and tie my horse outside your door. No metals, riches, silver or gold could buy one evening from those days of old. Of all the trails that I rode through, the only one that mattered ended with you. You were the home I never knew I needed. Left Fort Mason before first light, 7 families and 12 wagons tied. The wheels cut deep through the alkali ground, where nothing grew for miles around. I rode up front with a map gone thin, sun on my neck and dust on my skin. 3 days west and the barrels ran low, still had 80 desert miles to go. I rode beside my sister Ann, holding a bonnet against the sand. The children slept beneath canvas shade, while every mile took the green away. By afternoon, even talk ran dry, nothing but buzzards in that white hot sky. Then somebody shouted from up ahead, there's an old stone well beyond that ridge. The rope was frayed, the bucket was old, but that water came up clear and cold. And under a sky without one cloud, we drank like kings on forgotten ground. At the well at Coyote Flats, where the wind blew dust across our tracks, we had cracked old boots and blistered hands, trying to cross that merciless land. No silver weight, no streets of gold, just one cool drink when the day grew old. And somewhere there beneath that western sun, 2 wandering roads became one. We camped that night by a cactus stand, coffee boiling in an iron pan. I fixed your wheel by lantern light, while coyotes called through the desert night. You brought a cloth for my bleeding thumb, said you're working like the morning won't come. I laughed and said I slept through worse. You smiled and handed me your water first. Next morning one of the oxen fell 10 hard miles from that desert well. The wagon leaned and the axle cracked, half our belongings were left out back. You stayed behind when the others moved, cut new timber and made it through.
By sunset when we caught the train,
I knew I'd never see you the same. At the well at Coyote Flats, where the wind blew dust across our tracks, we had cracked old boots and blistered hands, trying to cross that merciless land.
no silver waiting, no streets of gold,
Just one cool drink when the day grew old, and somewhere there beneath that western sun, two wandering roads became one. Went by before we found a green little valley with workable ground. Some kept west toward the ocean shore, but neither of us needed any more. I staked a claim by a cotton field, built 4 walls with a hammer and wheel. When I asked you if you'd stay there too, you said, I crossed enough desert to find you.
we planted corn when the spring rain came, put our 2 names on a wooden frame, raised our children where the grass grew high, far from that empty desert sky.
But on the shelf by the kitchen door, I kept that tin cup forevermore, the one we shared when the trail was dry under Coyote Flats, burning sky. They say a highway crosses there today, and travelers pass without delay.
No broken wheels, no thirsty teams, no canvas tops or desert dreams.
Maybe that old stone well is gone,
covered by sand since we've moved on.
but I still taste that water cold whenever someone speaks of days of old. Take me back to Coyote Flats before the wind erased our tracks. Let me hear those wagon timbers groan across the country, wild and unknown. We had cracked old boots and blistered hands, but enough hard faith to cross that land. And the greatest thing that journey won wasn't where we stopped,
It was who we'd become.
at the well at Coyote Flats.
We left our younger footprints back.
Let that desert sunset burn again on 2 tired strangers becoming friends. And if I had that trail to choose,
I'd take every mile and every bruise
for one more drink beneath that sun, where your road and mine became one. I'd cross that desert all over again with you. I swung a hammer by the western line, driving steel beneath a burning sky. Sun on my shoulders, dirt on my face, laying down track through an empty place.
6 days working from dawn till dark, sleeping by fires that threw little sparks.
All that I owned in a canvas sack, moved every mile with that railroad track.
My mother cooked at a boarding house near water towers south of town. I carried plates through the evening heat for railroad hands too tired to speak.
Then you walked in with your sleeves rolled high,
dust on your boots and fire in your eyes.
You tipped your hat and took a chair,
and somehow I kept looking over there.
I thought that rail would carry me on,
I thought by morning you'd be gone,
but one small town beneath that western sun
Change the road
that we were traveling on.
when the steam whistle called through the night.
And sparks went climbing toward the sky.
We were young where the new rails ran,
with nothing but tomorrow in our hands.
hear that hammer on the iron ring.
Hear those old steel wheels still sing.
Before the years carried it all the way,
We found our love by the railroad grade. The foreman said we'd leave in June, push that line past the western dunes. I packed my blanket, boots, and pay, but stood by your doorway half the day.
you never asked me not to go.
You only said,
I guess you'll know.
I made it 10 miles down that track, then turned that stubborn horse right back.
I saw you coming through the heat.
Leading that horse along Main Street.
You dropped your sack beside the door.
Said I don't need that railroad anymore.
We laughed until my mother cried.
Then found a preacher before night.
No satin dress, no golden ring,
Just wildflowers tied with a piece of string.
when the steam whistle called through the night.
And the sparks went climbing toward the sky.
We were young where the new rails ran,
With nothing but tomorrow in our hands.
hear that hammer on the iron ring.
Hear those old steel wheels still sing.
Before the years carried it all the way,
We found our love by the railroad grade. I stayed behind and learned the trade, keeping those engines running straight.
grease on my hands, coal in my clothes.
Was working wherever that west wind blows. We rented rooms by the edge of town,
Till I saved enough to put money down,
on a little place with a porch out front.
where we could hear those engines run.
Every evening at 9:30,
That westbound train rolled down the line,
the windows glowed in the prairie black.
then slowly faded along the track,
We'd sit together outside our door,
wondering where all those people were bound.
but I never wished to ride away.
I had everything I wanted there.
Years rolled faster than those old trains.
New engines came and changed their names.
The boarding house was torn away.
The water tower fell one day.
But sometimes when the night is still,
I hear that whistle beyond the hill,
and for a moment we're young again,
standing beside that western train. When the steam whistle calls through the night,
I still see sparks against the sky,
I see two kids with work-worn hands,
trying to build what they didn't understand.
hear that hammer on the iron ring.
Hear the ghosts of those old steel wheels sing.
The world moved west and the years moved on,
But what we built there never was gone.
when the steam whistle calls once more,
Meeting me outside that old front door,
we'll watch that westbound disappear,
like we've done for all these years.
let every engine roll away,
I know exactly where I'll stay,
right beside you till my final day,
where we found our love by the railroad grade.
let that old whistle carry our memories home.
was 21 with a saddle worn thin, a sun-cracked face and a restless grin, riding south where the red rocks rise, with nothing but miles beneath those skies. I work from my keep on a broken down spread, mending old fences till daylight bled. Every evening when the shadows grew long, I'd hear from the ranch house an old country song. My daddy owned what the drought left bare, 40 lean acres and stubborn prayer. The well ran low in the summer heat, dust came rolling around our feet. I carried water before first light, fed the horses and worked till night. Then you came riding across that ground, and somehow the whole world turned around. We didn't have silver,
We didn't have gold,
just two young hearts and a story getting told. Where the Red Canyon remembers and the evening shadows fall, I can hear those horses running,
I can hear your young voice call.
we were rough as August thunder, we were free as a winter snow. And I'd give these years behind me for one more sunset long ago. That first cold year nearly took us down, no easy work for miles around. A north wind tore through every seam, but you kept fire beneath our dreams. We patched that roof with our frozen hands and swore we'd never leave that land. When morning broke over hills of stone, that little ranch finally felt like home.
Spring came late with a gentle rain, green pushed up through the thirsty plain. You broke the ground with an iron plow, I swear I can almost see you now.
Your sleeves rolled high, your shoulders brown, laughing when that old mule sat down. We had no picture to hold that day, but some things time cannot wash away. Where the Red Canyon remembers and the evening shadows fall,
I can hear those horses running,
I can hear your young voice call. We were rough as August thunder, we were free as winter snow.
and I'd give these years behind me
For one more sunset long ago. Then came the year when the creek ran dry, not one good cloud crossed the western sky. The cattle grew thin, the grass turned gray, and neighbors packed their lives away. I said maybe we should leave here too. You looked at the hills and said not me and you. So we stayed when staying made no sense, with faith, hard hands, and a stubborn fence.
By September, rain came rolling in, heavy and dark on a desert wind. We stood outside while the thunder rolled, laughing like fools in the sudden cold.
The earth drank deep, the creek ran brown,
and every drop hit that thirsty ground.
You took my hand underneath that rain, and I knew I'd choose that life again. Now my hair has turned like mountain frost, and some old friends have long been lost.
The ranch house leans, the old well's gone, but those red cliffs are holding on.
If these old hills could speak our names,
they tell of love through dust and rain,
of two hard hearts that learned somehow.
Forever isn't then, it's now.
Where the red canyon remembers
when the evening turns to gold,
I still hear those horses running
like they did when we were young.
We were rough as August thunder,
with more heart than we could know.
and if heaven has a western sky,
that's the first place I will go.
where the red canyon remembers, leave my old boots by the door.
Let me see that fading sunlight
On those red cliffs one time more,
take my hand just like you did then.
when we had no place to go.
We'll be young beneath that western sky,
In the land we used to know.
where the red canyon remembers us.
You cannot catch me.
I bet that I can.
I came from nowhere, worth naming twice, with a worn-out saddle and a paradise. 6 years drifting from range to range, long enough for a man to change.
My shirt was faded, my knuckles scarred.
I'd learned every lesson the western way hard. Then I saw that chapel against the sun, white paint peeling,
Bell half rung. I tended flowers on Sunday morn, where the little graveyard grass was worn. My mother slept by the chapel wall, my father's stone stood straight and tall.
We didn't have much in that settlement there, just a handful of homes and stubborn prayer. Then you tied your horse to the cedar rail, looking half like a man and half like a trail. You asked if I needed water or bread,
You tipped that old hat on your head.
I meant to leave when the sun went down, but some roads end in a one-church town, where the sagebrush meets the cross, where we learn what staying cost, with the western wind blowing hard and dry, and the hawks making circles in an endless sky. we had no promise, we had no plan,
Just a steady heart and these working hands,
I spent half my life trying not to belong,
till I found
where my wandering was wrong. I hired on with a mason crew, repairing walls when the cold wind blew, set new stones where the old ones lean, cut my name small where it wouldn't be seen. Folks quit calling me stranger by spring. I fixed the chapel door and its rusty hinge, and every evening I'd find some way to walk by your house at the end of the day.
You'd bring me apples when wagons came through, pretending you'd bought a few too many for you. I'd make you supper, you'd split the wood, neither of us said what we understood.
Then one night beneath the September moon, the chapel bell rang a little past noon.
You'd fixed the rope and pulled it once,
Then asked if I'd share all the years to come,
where the sagebrush meets the cross, where we learn what staying cost, with the western wind blowing hard and dry, and the rainbows in an endless sky.
We had no promise, we had no plan.
Just a steady heart and these working
I
hands.
spent half my life trying not to belong,
Till I found where my wandering was wrong. Raised our walls from adobe clay, put a porch where the evening shadows lay. I traded my saddle for a plow one year, though I kept those old spurs hanging near. Sometimes riders would stop for the night and tell of towns full of noise and light. I'd listen a while, then look your way, and never once wished I'd ridden away. The years put silver into our hair and empty chairs around the square. Some friends went east, some friends lie still under weathered stones beyond the hill.
But every spring when the sage turns green, we walk where our younger days have been.
Your hand is rough, but it fits mine yet.
And that's one thing time hasn't taken yet. I used to think a man stayed free by leaving nothing behind but tracks.
But freedom isn't running forever
or never looking back.
It's knowing where your boots belong
and who will miss you when you're gone.
It's finding one small piece of ground
where a restless heart can finally settle down. Where the sagebrush meets the cross, we found more than we ever lost. Let that western wind blow hard and dry.
We've stood beneath it side by side.
No silver mine,
no rich man's land,
just 40 years in these weathered hands.
If I had every road to choose again,
I'd ride them all right back to where you've been. Where the sagebrush meets the cross,
when our final daylight falls,
lay us near that chapel hill,
where the evening turns quiet and still.
And if those old bells ring once more, somewhere beyond that western shore, I'll take your hand like I did back then,
and choose this hard old life again.
My wandering ended
when I found you.